Hey Grand Lakers, I'm Rusty Fleming and I'm the publisher of Grand Lake News Online, and I'm coming to you from my second office on my high perch overlooking Gray's Hollow. At Grand Lake News Online, we're excited to announce a new video presentation that can be found on our website each and every week. We're calling it a Lakeside Chat With, and that with will be revealed each week. And this week we're going to get started talking about the 4th of July with Joe Harwood at Arrowhead Yacht Club. We hope you'll join us. We hope you enjoy the feature. I'll see you there. You might be able to tell by my attire we may be going to talk about the 4th of July. Joe, welcome aboard, and we really appreciate you taking time out to talk to us.
I can talk about the fireworks all day long.
Well, let's talk a little history first. You have a long-standing history with the fireworks. It's all melded together, and gosh, you kept it going all these years. Could you kind of tell us what your history is and how you got involved?
Well, there's a longer history than there is a memory.
I think I have the same problem.
But I'll do the best I can.
All right, shoot.
And it's not complicated history, but it is interesting. The Duck Creek fireworks started about along with the Cherokee Yacht Club. And the Cherokee Yacht Club was formed on Duck Creek shortly after the Second World War. I think it was 46, 47. And exactly who were the first originators of the fireworks, there's been many stories, but it did originate there, and there were a number of people involved. And primarily it was the founders of the Cherokee Yacht Club that started, doing the fireworks show on the 4th of July. And it began with, they would just shoot, families would bring their box of fireworks, and on the bank in front of the yacht club they would fire them off on the 4th of July and have a picnic. Over years, the show evolved from family fireworks displays to commercial fireworks shows. They weren't large, they were minor events, to say the least, modest shows would be the proper term. And at some point in time, it became a club-sanctioned event. And in the later 50s, 60s, I don't know exactly when, member W.W. Bill Bailey more or less took over the event and made sure that the show took place, went on, collected money from the members, and sought out a fireworks company and produced larger shows that were commercially manufactured.
But then in the 90s, when the Cherokee Yacht Club rebuilt after the fire, there was a bankruptcy that took place, and it was a near-death experience for the fireworks show, right?
It was. The death of the fireworks show was secondary. The death of the Cherokee Yacht Club precipitated the death of the fireworks. The institution ceased to exist and closed down, and Mr. Bailey saw that there was no way to put the show on.
Oh yeah, he knew there was a way.
Yeah, he did. After having had him, rattle me for funds for years for the show, he showed up at Arrowhead one day, arranged to have a meeting with me, of which I had no idea what for, and it was on this very day. And, he came out here and we were not open, and he presented me the folder of the Duck Creek fireworks. It was a manila folder, and it was full of paper and contracts with fireworks companies and order forms about
extensive notes.
Oh yes, order blanks of fireworks and 4-inch shells and 6-inch shells, etc. And said that he felt like that it was my duty to take over the show and carry it forward, and that was the logical way to go. And I wasn't quite so sure I was interested in doing that. I thought, I'm so sure this is a good idea. I don't know why I want to do this. And I got told.
Well, you failed to mention that Bill's a veteran of several landings in World War II in the South Pacific, and was a tough, grizzly old Marine.
He was indeed.
And didn't take no for an answer very often.
No, and he didn't take it from me either. I didn't get the opportunity to turn it down. I got the opportunity to take a very thorough verbal lashing over the importance of the 4th of July and the meaning and the importance of it to him, who, as you said, he was a World War II Marine veteran, participated in most every one of the most grisly battles in the Pacific. A survivor of 6 first-wave landings.
That's
a
amazing.
fact, and that's not a legend, that's a fact. And that's an incredible happenstance, but his rather poignant scolding of me of the importance of the 4th of July, what it meant to him, and what it was like to not be home for like 5 years.
Right.
Things like that. He walked out, left me sitting at the table with the envelope, and I picked up the envelope, and thankfully, it isn't what I've done for the fireworks, it's what everybody has done for the fireworks for me and Bill. And that is what I appreciate the most. And as I always say, the thing that I most learned about the Duck Creek fireworks is to never forget to keep saying thank you to the people who have been such loyal supporters. And it's absolutely incredible what we have done, accomplished, how far we've taken this show.
Exactly. And one other thing, the show has a lot of emotion associated with it, economic impact associated with it. What's your recollection over the years as to the importance of the show?
To me, of course, it always comes back to honoring Bill and that generation. And the greatest generation they most certainly were. And they are, and there'll be a generation that'll never ever be matched, in my opinion. They were clear-cut winners. They had been through a number of years of hard times. They did not come from wealth and luxury and power. They came out of the Depression, grittiness, and a real survivalist attitude.
Absolutely.
And they were true champions of democracy. They really believed in the federal government. They really believed in the United States and the American dream. And nobody lived it and did more for it than that generation.
That's very true. The fundraising now, and that's a very intricate part of the Duck Creek show. And, we all know that it's been funded through donations over the years, but that's a really complex undertaking, isn't it?
Well, it's turned into a major amount of money. And, I never will I forget the biggest corner we turned. You were the largest assistant in that, and we developed the thermometer and putting it in the Grand River Chronicle.
Yep.
You initiated that and gave us the publicity and the view of honoring the donators, and that was a huge corner turn in fundraising. I want to thank you for that.
You're certainly welcome, and it was our pleasure to take part in that. One of the more significant things you do, though, other than the people that are listed in the Chronicle of Grand Lake now, the thermometer still exists, and if you've given a donation of $100 or more, well, then you're listed in that thermometer listing. But another thing Joe did was bring the Spark Plug dinner tonight. You want to elaborate on that a little bit, Joe, and how people that might watch this video might become involved?
Gladly explain it. Gladly. Again, the history's there. I don't know how much of the memory is still here, but I don't know how many years ago it was that we started this Spark Plug dinner. But it just kind of came out of somewhere, and it involved the Warbirds out of Tulsa, and their offer to come into the show, do a little pre-fundraising, type air show on Duck Creek, and we'd have dinner. And one way or another, through all that, all the connections, we came up with the idea that we would host this dinner. They would come up and do a little teaser, and we'd invite everybody that gave us $500 to come to the event. And it's grown and grown and grown, and it's become a huge, great event, a lot of fun, and it's my special way of saying thank you to those who donate $500.
He's a little bit humble, folks, because the steak is on Joe, the drinks are on Joe, so that $500 he's getting, he probably spends $150 a head to get. But it is effective and it does work. But let's not lose sight of that for what makes that thing go. And I've been to the event several times and can testify that it's a first-class deal. And very moving for those of you who may not have been involved, and I'm sure you can call Arrowhead at 918-782-3292 and find out how to be included, and certainly you would be welcomed, I'm sure. Speaking of money, we're almost halfway through June, and you're getting close, I think. But
we're halfway through June. And
my other job,
now
which just blew off the table, by the way, is that I represent the Chamber of Commerce, and we have brought you a donation check today in the amount of $250. I know that's meager by many standards, but we hope that'll help you get to where you're going. And when we retrieve it from the far side of the deck, I'll hand it to you. Okay?
I appreciate
but how about the show itself? Let's talk about it briefly and what might come this year. I've been told from the grapevine that there could be a twist or two.
There is. I tell people every year, this year the show is going to be bigger and better than ever before. To the point that, sometimes that's been a tall order to overcome. But I had a lot of assistance this year from the fireworks company. We don't work with a distributor or an individual. We work with an actual fireworks manufacturer that manufactures fireworks. They participate in competitions, and they also put on huge shows all over the country, of which we are one of. And so they wanted to try out some things, and so they're doing a different type of show this year. And I want to pique your curiosity, but I don't want to pull the rabbit out of the hat. If you want to see it, you got to be here,
folks. The
July 4th.
carrot has been extended. You'll just have to come and check it out.
But they've got a new plan, and I have my concerns on the mechanics of how we're going to do all this. But one way or another, we will get it done.
I'm sure you always have,
and
I'm sure you will. Well, I know one question that we've heard over and over the past couple of years has been about the jets and the flyover, which is so popular. And with the budget restraints and what have you, it's been eliminated the last couple of years. Any hope on the horizon?
I'll know soon. And again, the Duck Creek Fireworks has had such dramatic and huge terms by individuals that contributed so much to what we have today. And the first F-16 flyover was engineered by General Ron Turner, a longtime Grand Laker.
Absolutely.
Famous to many people, near and dear. But he was the one, with his connections with the Oklahoma Air National Guard, that first got the F-16s coming over Duck Creek, which is a monumental thing that happened for us also. And as we all know, the budget restraints got the show canceled. And it is loosening some. We have put in an application. Our other local hero, General Bud Wyatt, is looking into and seeing if there's a possibility. We'll know soon. I don't think it's likely, but we'll try.
Boy, it'd be great if we could pull that one off.
Someday.
Is there anything we're missing about the show?
Well, although we don't have F-16s, our warbirds out of Tulsa, Jones International and Colonel Paul Mackey, they are working at improving and bringing the height of the warbirds up. We are going to have some new planes this year, and I don't want to spoil this one, or not spoil it. I don't want to give away the cake, but we have the possibility of some very special warbirds coming into the air show,
right?
Irregardless of F-16s.
Okay. Good discussion on the fireworks show, Joe. I'd like to thank you for being our first guest on a Lakeside Chat With. And we're hoping that we'll do this every week. Hope our readers and viewers of our website have enjoyed it, and we'll be back with you next time. Thanks.
Thank you, Rusty.